up, nerds? I'm Tom, and I'm sitting here with Jamie Stegmeyer from Stonemeyer Games. Jamie, how you doing?
I am doing great.
Just go ahead and take it.
Okay. I'm doing great. Thanks for dropping by our little conference room here in the Marriott. This is where we demo games at Gen Con and share games with people like you. Yeah. Do you want it back for a little bit?
Okay, thanks. Yeah, we'll pass it back and forth. All right, Jamie, so My Little Scythe. I actually do have, before we talk about exactly what this game's all about, I do have a question for you. What was kind of the driving factor for you to want to take Scythe, one of your flagship games, and make like a family version out of it?
Yeah, so something that we had never really thought about. My co-founder has kids. I don't have kids, so it wasn't something that came to mind as like a family, that we should make a family-style game. But the designer was a Scythe fan. His name is Hobie Chow. He's a Scythe fan, and he wanted to play Scythe with his 5-year-old daughter. And so he thought, okay, I'll retheme it with My Little Pony. I'll make a My Little Pony version of Scythe. He streamlined a bunch of the rules, and he ended up putting out a print and play of this game about a year and a half ago. And it took off. I've seen a lot of neat fan creations related to Scythe, but I've never seen anything like this where people were talking about it and playing it for months after that. And so finally I reached out to him and said, I'm curious, I want to see what this is about. Could you send me a prototype? Could I give it a try? And I just had a blast with it. And it was unique enough from Scythe that I thought, this has the potential to be its own product. So that's really how it began. Yeah, it wasn't us going into it and saying we want to make this. It was more someone else made it, and I was like, that's just pretty cool.
One other question. So you don't have the My Little Pony license. Did you want to have that, or are you more happy the fact that you have this in your own universe?
Originally I did reach out to Hasbro, and I said, we have this, or we don't have it, but there is this really cool print and play game. Are you interested in maybe giving us the My Little Pony license? Or maybe we can give you the Scythe license so that you can make this cool thing. And on both accounts, they said no. They said they weren't interested. They were very polite about it, but it was a very hard no. There was no negotiation. And so I thought, okay, well, let's just retheme it into the Scythe world, kind of the Scythe world. So we have these like cutesy miniatures. These are animals that are in Scythe. But other than that, it's a whole different world. It's not 1920s Europe like in Scythe. It's a made-up world just for this game. So this is a Game Trays tray. Game Trays is another company located in St. Louis that specializes in trays, and they now make them for games out of the box. So we have it, the miniatures in there. We have a lid for that one. We did something. We have player mats. And we did want to gear this towards families, so we had an achievement sheet, which you guys have seen in Scythe. I don't know how many people actually use it, but I've heard that families often use it, so we wanted to put an achievement sheet in there for families. And also we put in, for the first time, a painting guide. So if mothers and fathers want to paint the miniatures with their sons and daughters, or adults, then you have a painting guide to show you what the full color version of the miniatures look like. It is a solo-friendly game, so we do have an auto-mounty version of it for solo players. A big game board.
Oh my gosh, and it has
a big image on the back there. Yeah. Yeah, so it harkens to the Scythe map a little bit in terms of the hexes, but a lot more colorful. You have a friendship track over here. You have a pie fight track over there. And then, like in Scythe, you have some end game conditions over there, goals that you're pursuing.
Can we flip this up and look at the back real quick?
Yeah.
Look at that cast of characters.
And then in the box, I'll tilt this up. This might be a little hard to take out, but in the box we have some upgrade tiles. So there's a little bit of engine building element to the game. We have these custom dice that you roll to generate resources on the board. The resources are gems and apples. You can go on quests like in Scythe, and you can have pie fights, like I mentioned. You have this little pie fight dial that you can have combat with those pie fight dials.
Well, that looks really cool. Here, we're going to put the board back in first, right? Come on, Jamie. This isn't your first rodeo. You should know where stuff goes. All right. Well, hey, when My Little Scythe is available, we're going to have a purchase link to this game in the description box down below. And I want to thank Jamie for all your time here.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
And hey, make sure you guys subscribe to our channel so you'll never be bored. And we're going to finger guns. Ready?